Cube Queen is here to destroy our Fortnite reality. The question is, what can we do to make sure that doesn't happen? The end of the season could see the craziest live event ever in Fortnite's history, and we've got info on it. We're going to be discovering the Cube Queen's biggest secrets, the reason that Naruto, the return of the mechs, all ties into what's going to be going down as we get towards the end of this season. You will not want to miss any of it. Hit the thumbs up button if you definitely don't want our Fortnite reality to be destroyed. And to better understand what's about to happen, let's not forget that the very first time the Cube entered the Fortnite Island was in Chapter 1. With the Cube appearing on the Fortnite Island, it caused a lot of destruction and definitely scared us. The power of this one cube to move around the island for us to do literally nothing to harm it because it's so powerful, this thing was pretty scary. It ultimately, as we know, made its way into Loot Lake, and I believe its ultimate goal was to source the 0 point, the most powerful thing in the Fortnite universe. The 0 point has been hunted down by giant monsters, by Galactus himself, and the cube was just another thing that wanted to try and take its power. However, when it made its way into the center of Loot Lake, it ended up getting pushed out, floating above the island, and in a live event that wasn't too incredible, but very important to the Fortnite storyline, we saw ourselves get sucked into an alternate middle reality surrounded by butterflies. Upon touching that butterfly, we came back to the Fortnite island, and the cube was ultimately destroyed, and a rainbow appeared above the map. You could say that this 0 point butterfly saved us from the cube, but that was when there was only one cube. There was now literally hundreds, if not thousands, not only on the mothership, but on the island, and the golden cube itself is where the Cube Queen has resided. We can see the Cube Queen coming out of the golden cube in her intro cinematic, and it's very scary, but very important, linking back to the story that I've just told you, that we see and follow the 0 point butterfly yet again. When it lands in the Cube Queen's hand, she crushes it. She's back for revenge, and as we know, she wants to literally destroy the entirety of the Fortnite universe. Within the Cube Queen's music pack, she has a song which is filled with information about her plans, about the Fortnite story. It's so in-depth. She says, "Now that you have seen my return and witnessed this reality burn, there's just one thing you should know, that you're just a player in my show. And everything you ever thought was true was just part of the play I made for you. Isn't it horrible? My prize is in sight, yet you continue to fight." Oh my gosh. She literally thinks that we're all puppets and has been controlling us since the very beginning. That's quite scary to think about. There's nothing in this world to save. Don't try, IO. Your fight with the 7 is in vain. All the worlds bow to my reign. Oh my gosh, a literal reference to the imagined order and the 7 that we know is so important in this Fortnite story. The 7 storyline hasn't progressed very much recently, apart from the fact that we know the Foundation is alive, but he's now in Batman's reality rather than Fortnite's reality. We haven't been introduced to a new member of the 7 in absolutely ages. The Imagined Order, however, have played a huge part in the recent story of Fortnite, and with the most recent update seeing the opening of the bunker that has been there since the beginning of Chapter 2 and has now been taken over by the Imagined Order, and you can find the boss Dr. Sloan and the IO minions guarding this new bunker. Whilst the story between the 7 and the Imagined Order is still quite vague, one of the biggest things we know is that anything that threatens the reality of the Fortnite universe, and most especially threatens the 0 point, the Imagined Order automatically goes on the offensive and wants to make sure that they're taken down. This means that the Imagined Order's priority number 1 is to take down the Cube Queen and stop her from destroying our reality. We will talk about how we plan on doing that in a second, but let's continue with the lyrics from this music pack. Don't make your peace with all you have known. Your time with us was only alone. There's just one thing to realize. This reality is my greatest prize, and everything you ever thought was true was just part of the game I led to you. Oh my gosh. Genuinely sounds like since the beginning of time, the Cube Queen has just been messing with us. Don't think me deplorable. I'm doing what's right, yet you fight on despite. You're so adorable, so adorable, so adorable. I wish you'd stop calling us adorable. It's quite patronizing. It's quite clear that we're being introduced to just how big the story of Fortnite and the Cube Queen interties. She talks about some of the biggest things that we know about the story, the imagined order, the Seven, and is trying to literally delete us from existence. The next part of the Cube Queen's plan has something to do with a theory that we've been waiting to see into action for ages, and it's a pyramid. Before the season even started, we got some leaked POIs, and one of them was a pyramid. We were excited, big map changes, a desert, a pyramid, finally an Egyptian theme, except it's never happened. Well, it is going to happen. Found in the in-game files, you can clearly see a pyramid design tied in with the codename Cube Queen. I believe that, as we know, the Cube Town's going to expand throughout the rest of this season. A pyramid will be built either around the Cube Queen or by the Cube Queen in the center of the island. Maybe this is being used as a way to extract the 0 point from the center of the island. We always know that the 0 point's under the map in the middle. Whatever plan she's got with this pyramid, it ain't good. Crazy thing is, we're sitting at about 4 or 5 weeks until the end of this season. I can't believe how fast it's gone by. So thinking ahead to a live event isn't so crazy. I don't think we'll see the result of this pyramid or what the Cube Queen really wants to do until literally the last point of this season in a live event. Up until then, we'll continue to see Cube Town expand, and I think that the Queen will stay inside of her floating sphere until the live event, and then she'll come free and try to literally destroy us all. Jumping ahead a little bit, there's been an in-game leak letting us know that an NPC will be spawning in a desert. Now, at the moment, there's no desert on the map, but I want to say that potentially jumping into the next season, that the pyramid goes from a cube pyramid, and maybe our reality gets altered slightly, as we've seen many times in Chapter 2, and we end up with an actual desert pyramid in the center of the island to replace the cube version. That's just my theory for next season, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. If we've got a Cube Queen to take down and all of these cubes around the map, we need a plan. We've got a few things coming our way that are very exciting, and we're going to be talking about Naruto. We've got tons of other Halloween skins coming out over the next week as well, including Shadow Midas. Make sure you pop in code ALIA into the Fortnite item shop. It takes a few seconds. It disappears every 2 weeks, so pop it back in and you can get a shout out in my videos. We'll talk more about Naruto in a second, but first of all, mechs. In-game files have given us tons of information that they will be returning. Now, a lot of people think that the mechs will be voted against. That's not the case. The mechs will be their own donation gold, a little bit like the sentry turrets at the beginning of the season, so you won't be voting against them, but you will literally be donating gold to bring back arguably the worst thing that's ever been in Fortnite. Look, there's some good news here. The mech has been changed and it has been nerfed a lot. It actually looks a little bit different, and I gotta admit, it looks very cool. And I even believe that potentially the Imagined Order are building the mechs in their new base as a countermeasure to the Queen to ready us up and get us armed and geared to try and take on the Cube Queen and all of the cubes with the best firepower we can possibly have. And hey, if anyone's going to give me anything from the Fortnite universe to take something down, I think picking a mech would be a pretty good idea. So you can see how its return makes sense now. We're using it offensively to take down the Cube Queen. The mech donation goal most likely won't appear until towards the end of the season, which makes sense. That's when everything's really going to start heating up and we may actually start to see the pyramid for the very first time. But who else could we call upon when Fortnite's in some dire need of help? Well, in the Hunter season in Fortnite Chapter 2, we called upon Halo, Kratos, tons of awesome characters. I feel like we may need the help of another certain Naruto as well. Now look, I'm not massively into the anime, so apologize if anything I say here is a little bit inaccurate, but us getting Naruto skins in Fortnite, it's a definite at this point. We not only had the teaser and the battle pass, the crows all over the map, but recently added in was also a creative item that is literally a very delicious looking ramen bowl, the exact type of ramen that is often seen in Naruto and being eaten as well. There's also a ninja scroll in there as well. I mean, at this point, it is all but 100% confirmed. What is interesting is that we found out for the first time there may not be one skin, but two. With the codename Headband K and Headband S, people are suggesting it could be Kakashi and Sasuke? They look like this on screen, guys, and if you know Naruto, hopefully it gets you guys excited. Bringing these guys into the island is great, but what about bringing a weapon? Oh yes, we've talked a while now about an explosive kunai, a mythic one nonetheless, and we'll have to get that potentially from a Naruto boss on the Fortnite map. It's all very exciting. There's a chance that a portal could be created in the bunker by the Imagined Order, like we've seen from John Jones in the past, to bring in the Naruto skins and the weapons along with them. Crazy thing is not the cooldown time or all of the information about delay between shots, etc., but the maximum range of this thing is 300 meters. How far will we be able to yeet this kunai at people? It sounds extremely far. I mean, that's like sniper distance range. If I see someone throwing a kunai across the map and hitting someone for an elimination, I will feature it in a video. It seems like Fortnite can never catch a break with people wanting to destroy the reality and then us having to try and fight back to make sure that doesn't happen. I'd say out of all of the threats you've ever had, Galactus, a single cube, the evil monster, the Cube Queen definitely scares me the most. She sounds super confident, and I'm a little bit worried that whatever she's going to do, it ain't going to be easy to defeat. To make sure you don't miss the end of season live event, hit the subscribe button. It's totally free, and come and join the channel. For official Allier merch just like this, head over to allier.shop or linked underneath my videos. I'm slowly but surely trying to make my new setup look cool. It's coming along nicely. You can see more videos on screen here. Click to keep on watching and seeing all the latest Fortnite news and information. I'll see you guys over there.